We're at a stage now where we can enter the duration for tasks, step 8 in our 20 steps. What I'd like to do first of all is click on the task determine budget, in particular its duration. Duration is not how long it takes to do the task, it's how much time you're setting aside for the task to be done. It might take 100 man-hours to perform a task, but you're allowing a number of resources to work for one day on a task. So the task duration is how much time you're setting aside, not how long it takes for the task to be done. Notice that project has put 1 day as a duration for all tasks. The fact that there's a question mark means that project entered this duration. You have to go through and enter your own durations. If, for example, I set determine budget to 1.5, it automatically defaults to days, and notice that the question mark has disappeared. So I might also set the duration for invitation list to 1.5. And when I do so, you'll also notice that the bar in the Gantt has increased in length because the duration is longer than a day. Immediately, initial planning meetings no longer has a question mark either because all the subtasks now have durations that have been entered. The default is days. So for example, when I go to date and enter 3.5, it automatically goes to days. But you can use other units as well. For example, you can enter hours, weeks, months, minutes, years, and days. For example, I'm going to take you to File in the ribbon, and I'm going to take you to Options. The first thing I want to show you is under Schedule. The fact that when you enter a duration and it automatically defaults to days is because of this setting here. And I'm going to leave it on days. But notice you could change it to default to hours, minutes, months or weeks. Also further down in the Advanced section, you'll notice you have options here of minutes, hours, days, weeks, months and years. So I'm going to click OK. So when it actually comes to site, I want to make this 1.5 weeks. So I'll put 1.5 W, and that's 1.5 weeks long. And you can see the bar is quite long on the Gantt. I'll also make costumes 1.5 weeks. I'd like you to go down through the tasks and enter the durations in your notes. Some of the durations you'll notice have a duration of 0 days. For example, if I go down to row 36, you'll see that I've got 1 day duration. I'm going to put a 0. By putting a 0, you've created what they call a milestone. And a milestone doesn't show as a blue bar, it actually shows as a diamond with a date. A milestone doesn't take any time, doesn't incur any cost, or have any resources assigned. A milestone is a significant date in the life of the project, such as resource consent dates, sign-off dates, or code of compliance dates. So some of the durations you'll enter will be milestones of 0 duration. Vacation's another one. But I'm going to go back through all my tasks and enter the durations I need to show.